What's up, morons? Another free edition of Moron Money. This is, as I said, the free edition. That means there are two more on Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/blindmike for two additional episodes of Moron Money per week. Sundays and Thursdays, we do those, as well as extra episodes of the Blind Mike Project, which you can check out on iTunes and Spotify and everywhere you get podcasts. So if you want more of me, go to patreon.com/blindmike. Check that out. This is, of course, Moron Money, where we don't give you any financial advice. No one should ever tell you what to do with your money. That's up to you. This is merely entertainment and a springboard to doing your own research. So I'm talking a little fast through the intro because I want to preemptively apologize to you about the drilling that may occur in the background. So what has happened is, if you know, if you know anything about me, you know I've been in a feud with my neighbors, and it seems to have died down because one of them is gone. One of them moved, but they're playing the long game. They said, "Hey, we can really get to this guy if we move and they do work on our apartment day and night." So they're winning the battle here and the war. They're winning it all. They've gotten to me because there's going to be some drilling here and it's going to really set me off. I'm trying not to curse because apparently, if you do that on YouTube, it affects the algorithm. Usually, there you go. You hear that? That's them chipping away at my sanity. But I will try to soldier on. I apologize for that. Let's all try and get past it. Let's get to the financial stuff. I guess the big news, what's hot in the streets, as the kids say, everyone's all excited. Mark Cuban, who was once very down on Bitcoin, he said he'd rather have bananas than Bitcoin because at least you can eat bananas or something like that. Clever little line, I suppose, but he was lying. Back then, he was buying Bitcoin, he was buying Ethereum, and now he says this goddamn drilling. Stop the hammering. They did not stop. They did not listen to me. So Cuban is high on Ethereum now because he sees that as essentially the leader in the crypto clubhouse. And he's also got Bitcoin, and he says he's never sold it because he sees similar value to gold, if not more value than gold. So this is what happens. These guys criticize Bitcoin for a long time. Some of them because they genuinely do not trust it, and some of them are putting FUD into the market. Now, when Cuban said this, I believe that he really maybe didn't get Bitcoin, but he did buy some because it's no real risk. These rich guys can buy a little bit. It's no big deal to them. And then the more he's studied it and looked into it, he sees value in Bitcoin. He sees apparently a lot of value in Ethereum, and this has caused Ethereum to finally go back over $2,000. It seems to be sitting there at least this morning. Before I started recording this, it was over 2,000, and a lot of people think it should be well over that, 2,500, 3,500, and people are speculating well beyond. Like I've mentioned in past weeks, with their layer 2 rollout, they seem to be trying to correct some of those gas fees and the problems that people had with Ethereum. So if they can correct that, then guys like Cuban will be proven right. What does that mean for Cardano? I don't know. Cardano is officially decentralized now, completely decentralized. So I believe that is good for Cardano as well. Those two, I think, will keep competing for the foreseeable future. I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. I'm trying to beat this drilling, but so good news in the world of Ethereum. I think you're going to see that price continue to go up. Although these prices are unpredictable because there's been a lot of good Bitcoin news as well. If you missed it over the week, we had PayPal now accepting crypto merchant payments. 29 million locations. You can pay with Bitcoin through PayPal. And what I mentioned yesterday was, I think the interesting part of that is that no, 29 million locations are not now accepting Bitcoin. PayPal is paying them with fiat money, your US currency or what have you, and they're taking your Bitcoin. So PayPal is not only buying more Bitcoin than is minted every day, they now want yours as well. Same as Tesla. They want you to give them your Bitcoin. So you can choose to do that. You can spend your Bitcoin on PayPal if you like, or you can look at the fact that PayPal, Visa, MasterCard now Goldman Sachs, and even newer news, Morgan Stanley, now expanding their Bitcoin offerings. So, who are Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs and Visa and MasterCard and PayPal? These are some of the biggest names in finances. In fact, I would say the biggest names in finance. So, you can look at that as evidence and say, this is the future. These companies don't seem to get into fads a lot. You don't see them rushing to NFTs. And it also took them 12 years to get into Bitcoin. So they, you know, laid in wait. I think all of this is very bullish news for Bitcoin. It doesn't seem to be affecting the price. I don't know when that happens. By all accounts, we're on the exact same path that we were in 2017, almost identical. Um, so that should mean we will hit a parabolic trend at some point. We've spent more days in the green consecutively than we have in like 8 years, I think. Um, so there's nothing but good news for Bitcoin. But it's a good thing for you guys if you've not gotten into Bitcoin yet. I keep saying this, and I feel like a broken record, and maybe the people that watch this get it by now. But if you're watching this for the first time or it hasn't sunk in yet, there's a reason the rich are buying Bitcoin. And there's a reason they're telling you not to. There's a reason people like Scott Menard and Mark Cuban and Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, for example, will at times say, Bitcoin's a scam, dump your Bitcoin, get rid of your Bitcoin. And then magically, a week later, it comes out that they bought Bitcoin. That is because the rich want to get as much as they can for the lowest cost. It's very smart of them. I think the regular guy, the little guy, shouldn't allow that. And the more Bitcoin is getting taken off exchanges, there will be a liquidity crisis at some point, which will send the price parabolic up to the moon, as they say. So, proceed with caution. Do as you wish. I can never tell you what to do with your money. But if you don't have Bitcoin, you will at some point feel as though you've missed out, even at $60,000. So we went back over 60,000 last night, and now it's 59 as I record this. It's still, floating around that area. When it breaks out, I don't know, but I believe that it will very soon. Speaking of breakouts, Elon Musk sends the Bitcoin price up again, 35%, because he says we're literally going to put Dogecoin on the moon. Did I say Bitcoin? I'm sorry, Dogecoin. We're literally going to put a literal Dogecoin on the moon, Elon Musk says. And what that means to me is pretty much nothing. There's no, that news is not significant to me. Why it sent the price up 35%, I have no idea. Evidently, anytime Elon Musk sneezes the word Doge, it affects the price. One day that will stop. But also, one day, I do believe that Dogecoin will hit $1. Now, that may very well never happen. It may go back to, a third of a cent. But with the, it's consolidated at around 5 cents for a good amount of time now. It went back up over 6 yesterday. So it's been consolidating. It hasn't gone back down to where it was. Maybe that means something good for the future. Maybe this means this is the new floor, and eventually Dogecoin will hit $1. I think if people like Elon Musk keep talking about it and keep it in the, in the zeitgeist, then eventually it will. So I do think Dogecoin is something that, like I said, maybe throw $50 on or something you won't mind losing. And I don't mean something, you don't mind taking a gamble on. I mean something you literally don't mind flushing down the toilet. So, keep an eye on that, but it's nothing worth really obsessing over. I think the main news in crypto today is Ethereum and Bitcoin. So look into those. And then in the old stock market, I guess the real big news kind of involves crypto. It's Coinbase. Coinbase has gone public. I believe this proves that the government will not regulate Bitcoin. Proves yet again. I think it's been proven time and time again with Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, these big institutions that essentially run the country. Same with Tesla. but now it will be listed on the Nasdaq on April 14th. Now, people have asked me if I have any interest in investing in Coinbase when it does go public. Not me, not particularly, because I do think it will grow a lot, and I think just the fact that it's going to be listed on the Nasdaq means a lot more people will get into Bitcoin, which means a lot more people will feel comfortable investing in Coinbase, which means a lot more people will be comfortable investing in crypto. But and there's money to be made there. If you play it smart, I think you can make money off Coinbase. But me personally, it crashes so often, and my general strategy is nothing impressive. It doesn't take a lot of smarts. All it is I look at companies that I like and that I see room for growth for. That's what drew me to Penn National. That's what now draws me to Afria and Nano Dimension and what's the latest one? Oh, VLDR, Velodyne that I talked about yesterday, which is in the self-driving car space. So those are companies that I see, that I seem to have good fundamentals and that I trust and that are well run and that have a lot of room to grow in the future and that are in markets that have a ton of room to grow in the future. I don't see that with Coinbase as much because I think they're very poorly run. Every time Bitcoin has a major surge or crypto has a major surge, Coinbase crashes. I think it happened 11 times last year. So when you need Coinbase most, they are literally not there for you, not available. So I don't trust Coinbase and I don't have any interest in investing in them. Like I said, I think there's money to be made there. So do your own research and see if it's worth it to you. But I think the big news is that it means the government will not regulate Bitcoin. If Coinbase is now publicly traded on the NASDAQ, they are essentially saying to you, we trust the cryptocurrency market. This is now a mainstream thing. We accept Coinbase the same way, we look at Robinhood or Fidelity or, yeah, so they're more scam artists, but, it is accepted in the mainstream. So all of this news is just to tell you that the government will not regulate Bitcoin. I don't see it happening. And the reason that's big is because that's what everyone throws at you. That's been the big talking point for the detractors of Bitcoin is the government will come for your Bitcoin. The government will try to make it illegal. They'll take it away. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And if Joe Biden's talking about printing more money, should you get into the stock market or should you get into crypto? My personal interest is crypto. Of course, there's money to be made in the stock market, especially when it dips. So I'll give you one. Here's one that I saw this morning. I came across an article that was talking about stocks that have kind of plummeted, but might be worth a look. One of them was Dish Network, which I found odd because I have no interest in any cable companies of any kind. Because in my opinion, they'll be going away, or the alternative would be, I think the way cable companies would thrive is if they, just buy out Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus, and then they become the streaming services. If that's possible, which I don't think it is, I think Netflix is bigger than all the cable companies at this point, and Disney. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, Dish Network was listed, and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, that's baloney. But they did point out something interesting that Dish Network just entered a partnership with DraftKings, where, from what I can tell, it seems like you'll be able to basically just bet on sports from your television. I don't know how that's going to work, but what it showed me is they're willing to be kind of innovative and think outside the box and adapt to the times a little bit. And also, I think they know where their bread is buttered. Dish Network, they know, their money is being made off of football, basically. And why do people watch football? To gamble. So they're in a partnership with one of the biggest and one of the two most promising. I think Penn National and DraftKings are the two most promising. That's why I'm invested in Roundhill Sports Betting because I like Penn National and DraftKings so much. So looking at Dish Network, they're down to $35. And the other one, Veritone, which I've talked about before, an AI company. They want to be the future. They are down to about $24 right now from a high of, I think, 32 or maybe even more than that. Veritone's one I've been in a while. they've gone up like 900% in the last year or something. So a cool off is definitely expected. But when something drops 30%, it's definitely worth a look. So look into Veritone, look into ticker VERI, by the way. Look into Dish, look into VLDR, look into all of those stocks, and let me know in the comments if you have any interest in them, if you think there's room there, or if you think they're a joke and then nothing's going to happen for them. And let me know what you think about crypto. Let me know if you think I'm wrong about the government eventually stepping in, and all the news, PayPal, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, all of that, the Cuban news. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the old like button because that stuff helps with the algorithm a lot. We want to get more peepers on this thing. So help out the algorithm by doing all of that. And then, like I said, patreon.com. If you want 2 more of these puppies a week, and the Blind Mike Project and all the other stuff we do on Patreon. That is patreon.com/blindmike for all of that. So thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. And we'll talk to you next time. But until then, keep making money.